Hi. So I keep saying multiple times that when a stock is going down is not the right reason to buy it. So I want to explain that phenomenon in this video, that why just because a stock is down is not the right reason to buy. So before the stock has went down or is going down, it must have went up, and it must have went up a lot. And there will be 10 or 12 year or even more year of history behind that stock, and we have to study that history of what happened for that stock and why it happened. So let me just give a quick overview on the board. So, for example, there is a stock which for multiple years is not doing anything. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, sometimes even 10 years. And it's not doing anything. It's staying in some kind of a zone. Let's say the price of that stock is $20 to $30. It's just fluctuating in between 20 and 30. Let's say that time period is 2 years or 3 years, or in some cases even 10 years. So that phase is called the accumulation phase. uh, People who were invested in that stock were just accumulating stocks. It probably had a story to tell. It probably was doing good business, but it was probably not doing a spectacular business, or it was not doing something that is path breaking. If a company is just doing a normal business and grow 8%, 10% a year, the stock market usually does not get excited about that company, because 4 5% is regular inflation and the interest rate, etc. So that 10% profit or 10% growth does not excite many people. So that stock kind of accumulates for that period. Somehow, when they were doing something for that 10 years, something clicks, whether it is a software company, or whether it is a medical company, or whether it is a consumer related company. Somehow they do a breakthrough, and they show the earnings growth of 15%, 20%. Maybe in first quarter nothing will happen, but in couple of quarters, if they do that, then the people with the smart money will notice that this company is doing better than what they were doing in the previous quarters or years ago. So then that stock kind of breaks out. So let's say this stock was in between 20 and 30 for 10 years or 5 years, and then in one quarter it break out. It went above this 30 range, and it went to, let's say, 40. When it went to 40, obviously many technical analysts will find that stock attractive because it broke through a range, and they all will get in. When multiple people get in, it obviously moves that stock higher to, let's say, 60. And then another quarter comes, and they are just now beating earnings, and they are projecting higher and higher growth. They were projecting probably 15% growth, now projecting 20% growth. So this $60 stock will keep going higher and goes to 100. When it goes to 100, there are people in the market who saw that stock at 30. So those are some of the short sellers, and they think it doesn't make any sense for that company which went from $30 to $100, and their valuation does not make any sense. So they try to short that company, and sometimes they are successful, and that $100 stock will come to $80. When that stock comes to $80, the people who bought that around 60s, they see potential and they see this as a buying opportunity, and they kind of try to destroy those shorts, and this one keeps going higher to, let's say, 150. Years and years go by, and this stock, because it is in the nice uptrend, you can see that it is in the uptrend from $30 to $150. So because it is in the nice uptrend, any stories that makes the headline related to that stock, it will keep boosting that stock more and more and more and more. Let's say they open a new shop, then they say, oh, they're going to make more money. Let's say they come up with a new product, they say it's going to sell more. So these kind of stories keep going, keep making this stock go higher, higher and higher. It will go from 150 to 300, it will go from 300 to 400, and so on. May not happen immediately, may take another year or two, but it keeps going higher. And every time somebody try to short it because they saw it around this 20 and 30 range, they keep trying to short it, and more they try to short it, it keeps going higher. Sometimes that stock will have a competitor, and that competitor is having a bad quarter or two bad quarters, and then some money from that competitor comes right into this stock because this is in the uptrend, they are beating their earnings. So even though the valuation does not make sense for this company, and even though they are beating their earnings, and even though they are beating their profit margin and everything is good, maybe it makes sense for that stock to be at $100 but not at 400, but market will keep rewarding it because of these circumstances, because it is in the uptrend, they are trying to kill shorts, they are trying to kill the competitors, or the competitors are having bad quarters, lot of other factors, and this stock at some point will go to 500 or even 550. Does it make sense to give that much valuation to that company? Maybe, maybe not. Uh, Maybe the value of that company is somewhere in between, like 150, 200 or 300, but market, when it is bullish and likes a stock, it just keeps going up, and every time somebody tries to short it, it destroys those shorts. Imagine the shorts who were shorting it when it was 100, they get destroyed by the time it reaches 400 or 500, and they are out of their money for shorting it. Now it reaches at some point some valuation which is way too high, and then a quarter or two quarter comes, and the people realize that, hold on a second, it doesn't make sense for this company to be valued this high, and so it either goes nowhere, it goes in between this 500 and 550 range for a while, and then if they do not beat their earnings, or if there are negative couple of quarters, then the smart people who actually got in when it was $40, they will realize that, hey, hang on a second, I made my money 40 to 400 plus, I made 10 times the money, let me get out and find something better. So now they are trying to get out, and they are selling, and the selling reasons could be lot of different reasons. It could be because the person who got in at 40, they want to get out of it. It could be the person who is at 500 and 550, and they think, oh no, I made a mistake, I probably bought it at high, and they want to get out of it. It could be international people. Let's say there are some investors in Hong Kong or Japan, and they see that, oh, this stock may not go even higher, and I have a better opportunity elsewhere, so let me move that money elsewhere. There can be n number of reasons why they want to sell that stock. We will not know the right reasons, but it will tell you in the chart that they are selling it, and it will form some kind of either a double top or a multiple top or a head and shoulder or some kind of a pattern which will tell you that there are sellers who are in control of that stock. And when that $550 stock comes to 400, and you think, oh, this is a great buying opportunity, because this stock which is coming from $30 to 500, it will keep going higher and it will keep going to 1000. So let me buy it at 400 and I will sell it at 1000 or 800. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, not everything will work out the way you plan. So the moment something goes from 550 to 400, it does not mean that they deserve to be bought. Just because it is down does not mean you need to buy this company, because you need to know what was the history behind that stock, why that stock went up from $30 to $550, how that earnings was, that earnings justified for this stock to be at that valuation. Is the story behind that stock or that company is changing or not? Who is selling? Why they are selling? Will they come back? Will others come back? You need to know a lot more before buying any company. So do not buy a stock just because it is down. Just because it went from 550 to 400 does not mean you need to buy. That company will come from 550 to 400, and then it may go from 400 to 450. Again, it will find sellers. It will come down from 450 to 300. Then it will come down to 200 or whatever. It may come to 250. The problem is not that it is coming down. Majority of the people will say, oh, that's okay, I will just buy more. I will buy something at 400, I will buy at 300, I will buy more at 200. But guess what if that company stays around that 200 for a long duration of time, meaning 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? And now the problem is you are keeping a bag in your portfolio, which is you bought something at 400, then you bought it at 300, then you bought it at 250, and you probably went all your money or lot of your money is sitting there and it's not doing anything for 5 years. So not only you are missing out to make money in that 5 year period, you are also losing money. So it's a double-edged sword. You are not making money with what you invested, and you are not even giving an opportunity for other stocks where you could have invested and made money. So be careful in investing any company just because it is going down. Just because it is going down is not the right reason to buy. Just because you know the name, whether it is Microsoft or whether it is Netflix or whether it is anything else, does not mean that you need to buy that stock or a company. You have to understand what happened in the past, what's the story behind that stock, who got in from that 30 to 500, who is getting out from that 500 to 400, what are the reasons, what are the current environments, and etc. Now you can read this entire story based on a Microsoft. Microsoft was a $30 stock in between 1995 to 2000 and I think 13 or 14, for almost 20 years, and it went nowhere. It went from $29 to 29, and in a short duration of time, meaning 2014 to 2025, it went from $30 to $550. Was everything that it went from 30 to 550 is because of the earnings? I don't know. Was it too much of expectation from that company? Maybe. You can run this similar examples in hundreds of stocks. You can go through United Health, you can go through Boeing, you can go through Netflix, you can go through PayPal, you can go through Zoom Communications, thousands of companies. Just because it is going down, do not buy it. There are right reasons to buy stocks, and none of that right reasons is it's down, let me buy it. Thank you for listening.